I'm Brad Levitt, President of AFT Construction. Thank you for tuning into our YouTube channel today. And we're here at our PV Glam project. So we're standing here in the kitchen of our PV Glam project, and one thing that's really key, you look here, we have an island that's over 100 square feet. We have full height backsplashes, countertops of this Taj Mahal all throughout. And this was a learning experience for me, right? One thing that is really important as you're working through, whether it be natural stone, engineered quartz, any countertops, it's very important as you're working with your fabricator that you get a seam design. And what that means is slabs are going to be selected, whether it's porcelain, whether it's engineered quartz or marble, as we mentioned. And all of them are a little bit different. And how do we line up those seams, right? Of course, every client would prefer not to have seams, but when you have an island that's over 100 square feet with big waterfall edges, there's going to be seams. And so one thing that we've implemented, which we highly recommend for all builders, is that you lay out the seams, you lay out the marble, whether it's 3D or whether it's 2D, and you show the client where the seams are, right? You say, look, we're going to have a seam here, we're going to have it here, and you have them sign off. This is really key. And the reason being, we had a project a while back and they had a big L, right? A big perimeter countertop. And we had seams because they had cabinetry that sat on top of the countertop. We had planned to do the seams there, which now minimized. You can only see a little bit of the seam because of course it was set back a little bit, but it was really minimal and it hid that. And this was many years back, right before we had the client sign off. And the client said, well, why did you go in the corner and do a 45? Well, you know, had we have presented the plan and met with them and said, this is where we plan on doing the seams, that crisis would have been avoided. That frustration would have been avoided. The problem with going in the corner, well, now that changes the use as well. It's going to incur more waste, which would incur more cost, another slab. But the reality is some clients are okay with that. They're okay when they understand where the seam is and they may want it somewhere else, more inconspicuous in their eyes. They're willing to pay for that. They're willing to pay for an extra slab. But we have to do that due diligence, and it's really key when you're looking here at this Taj Mahal. How's that book match? How's it line up? What slabs go where? And it's really important the clients are involved, the designer's involved, maybe even the architect if need be. So make sure in the future when you're laying out your countertops and backsplashes or shower walls and book matches that you get that approved, signed off, initial, so the client understands where those are going. And then of course execution is key, making sure that your fabricator and installer is lining those up to the best of their ability.